Hello and welcome to the viewers of this video. This is the Orange Fan here, bringing you another entry for the episode Recap and Thoughts category. This video will be dedicated to the FUNimation dub of episode 112 of Dragonball Super. Picking up where we last left off, we begin this episode with Goku determined to have a rematch with Jiren. Whis says something along the lines about how Goku's fighting spirit is still strong even though his body is exhausted right now. The Omni Kings inquire the Grand Minister about what happens when the time limit runs out. They admit that they forgot. So the Grand Minister reminds the Omni Kings that the team with the most fighters still participating in the Tournament of Power when the time limit runs out is the winning team. Universe 3's Supreme Kai comments about how the 7th Universe team currently has the most fighters still participating in the tournament with a total of 7 fighters. And Universe 3's Supreme Kai thinks that the Universe 3 team should eliminate Goku from the tournament while he's still exhausted. Moscow agrees with Universe 3's Supreme Kai and gives instructions to target Goku. Universe 3's Angel Assistant translates Moscow's instructions. 3 members of the Universe 3 team begin to attack Goku. These 3 members of the Universe 3 team all look like robots. Shin thinks that it's a cowardly tactic to gain up on Goku while he's still exhausted. Piccolo notices this and he encourages Gohan to go help Goku. But Gohan says that he's confident that his dad will be okay, and Gohan thinks that they should concentrate on trying to defeat the Universe 6 Namekians. So Gohan and Piccolo continue to fight the Universe 6 Namekians, and Piccolo says that he shouldn't be surprised that another universe has Namekians that are exceptionally powerful. Champa encourages the Universe 6 team members that are still participating in the Tournament of Power to eliminate more fighters from the 7th Universe team. And once the Universe 6 team members have the most fighters still participating in the tournament, Champa wants them to retreat. Vados is surprised to hear Champa give these instructions, and Champa responds by admitting that he recognizes that Jiren is too powerful to defeat. So Champa thinks that the best chance the Universe 6 team has at winning the Tournament of Power is to have the most fighters still participating in the tournament when the time limit runs out. Meanwhile, we see Caulifla and Kale are hiding in some rubble, and they're talking about how powerful Jiren is. Caulifla says that the fight between Goku and Jiren has led her to seeing just how much potential Kale and herself, Caulifla, have. She comments about how powerful Goku became during the fight with Jiren, and Goku is a Saiyan like them, Caulifla and Kale. Suddenly, a green alien with pigtails from Universe 4, voiced by Emily Fajardo, suddenly arrives, and she plans to eliminate the female Saiyans from the tournament. Kuru comments about how the alien with pigtails is taking action, and he reveals that the name of the alien with pigtails is Monna. Catella says that Monna knows that now is the right time to take on the rest of the Universe 6 team since Hit has been eliminated from the tournament. Caulifla accepts Monna's challenge and tells Kale that she wants to fight Monna by herself. Suddenly, Cabba arrives, and Cabba insists on fighting Monna, much to Caulifla's frustration. Monna gives Cabba some trouble, and Caulifla insists on fighting Monna, but Cabba insists that Caulifla and Kale need to save their stamina for stronger opponents. Caulifla insists that she won't lose any stamina fighting Monna, but Cabba responds that overconfidence could lead to disastrous results for the Universe 6 team. Kale tries to convince Caulifla to let Cabba fight Monna, and Kale says that Cabba has a point about saving their stamina for stronger opponents. So Caulifla begrudgingly agrees and tells Cabba not to lose before she, Caulifla, and Kale retreat to a different part of the arena. Thinking to himself, Cabba says that Caulifla and Kale are Universe 6's best chance at survival with Hit eliminated from the tournament. Cabba then transforms to Super Saiyan and he's able to attack Monna. In response to this, Monna expands her lower body into a giant ball to counterattack Cabba. Some fans have said that Monna's abilities remind them of Choji Akamichi's expansion jutsu from the Naruto franchise to help some viewers have a better idea of what Monna's abilities are like. So in any case, Monna does counterattack against Cabba, and eventually Cabba is knocked back into his normal form. Cabba then tries to trick Monna into rolling off the arena, but Monna turns at the last second and she knocks Cabba off the arena. So Cabba is starting to fall off the arena, but then he is saved by Vegeta, who tosses Cabba back onto the arena in a rather rough manner. Or yes, Vegeta tosses Cabba back onto the arena in a rather rough manner. Monna is angered by Vegeta's intervention, but Universe 7 Saiyan Prince launches an energy blast towards Monna, which sends her to a different part of the arena. Beerus is annoyed by Vegeta saving a fighter from another team, but Whis says he expected this since Vegeta and Cabba have Whis says he expected this since Vegeta and Cabba have a master and apprentice bond. Master Roshi acknowledges that it's a complicated situation since he acknowledges that Vegeta and Cabba have a master and apprentice bond, but he also recognizes that they're from different universes, and only one of the participating universes will survive the Tournament of Power. Champa thanks Vegeta for saving Cabba, and Vados points out that this isn't the first time that a fighter from Universe 7 saved a fighter from Universe 6 during the Tournament of Power. Champa insists that he is honorable enough to repay this debt, and Catella is irritated by Vegeta interfering. Cabba thanks Vegeta for saving him, and Vegeta responds by hitting Cabba with his knee. Vegeta then reminds Cabba about the promise that Cabba made to show Vegeta what planet Sadala is like, but Cabba brings up that the promise can't be fulfilled because only one of the participating universes will survive the Tournament of Power. The other participating universes will be erased from existence. Vegeta responds by saying he intends to restore Universe 6 with a wish from the Super Dragon Balls by winning the Tournament of Power. Cabba greatly appreciates this, and he says that he will make a point to restore Universe 7 with a wish from the Super Dragon Balls if he wins the Tournament of Power, but Vegeta insists that he's the one who's going to win the tournament. The Omnikings are confused about why fighters from different universes are acting like allies, and the Grand Minister explains to the Omnikings that Vegeta and Cabba have a teacher and student bond. Vegeta then encourages Cabba to fight with Saiyan Pride, and then Universe 7's Saiyan Prince heads off to a different part of the arena. We, the viewers, then find out that Frieza was watching Vegeta and Cabba's conversation from the shadows, and Vegeta says Frieza was watching Vegeta and Cabba's conversation from the shadows, and Frieza says something along the lines about how the teacher and student bond between Saiyans is revolting to him. Shortly afterwards, Monna returns to the part of the arena where Cabba is, and Monna begins to insult Vegeta. She also says that she plans to eliminate Vegeta, Caulifla, and Kale from the Tournament of Power. Monna accuses Saiyans of being weak cowards and thinks that Vegeta ran away after taking a cheap shot at her, not realizing that Vegeta just wanted to talk to Cabba without any interruptions. Cabba's anger at Monna's insults leads to Cabba unlocking Super Saiyan 2, and with the power of Super Saiyan 2, Cabba knocks Monna off the arena. He changes back to his normal form after Monna has been knocked off the arena. Catella says that he's disappointed that Monna has been eliminated from the tournament, and Ciampa cheers Cabba on and actually encourages Cabba to take on more fighters. Vados points out that this contradicts Ciampa's earlier instructions to retreat. The Omni-Kings tap Monna's image on their god pads, and the Grand Minister mentions that the Universe 4 team only has 3 fighters participating in the Tournament of Power now. Vegeta quietly congratulates Cabba, and then he plans to challenge Jiren, but then Vegeta is challenged by Top. Vegeta says that he's not interested in fighting Universe 11's second string. Top responds by saying Vegeta is Universe 7's second string, and Vegeta responds by saying, "Oh, shut it, Moustache!" Yes, Vegeta actually says that in the Funimation dub. Vegeta then transforms to Super Saiyan Blue, and he begins to fight Top. Meanwhile, Frieza approaches Cabba, and he challenges Cabba. Cabba agrees to fight Frieza. Frieza then says that he appreciates strong opponents, but he hates Saiyans, and he plans to go after Caulifla and Kale after he defeats Cabba. Cabba transforms to Super Saiyan 2, and he tries to launch an energy blast towards Frieza, but Frieza transforms to his ultimate form, or his golden form if you prefer, and launches a series of counterattacks. Cabba is eventually knocked back into his normal form, and then Frieza launches an energy blast towards Cabba to knock him off the arena. Frieza then changes back to the regular version of his final form. Cabba apologizes after he is teleported to the spectator seats, and Ciampa responds by saying that it was low of Frieza to attack Cabba while Cabba was exhausted. Thinking to himself, Frieza says that he intends to be the one to make a wish on the Super Dragon Balls, and his wish is to control the gods. Goku and Vegeta then end up crossing paths with each other during their respective fights, so Goku and Vegeta have a chance to talk to each other. They both noticed Cabba was eliminated from the Tournament of Power, but Vegeta says that the Saiyans will never perish. Goku and Vegeta are then separated again, and they resume their respective fights. So Vegeta continues to fight Top, and the 3 members of the Universe 3 team are trying to fight Goku, or they're preparing to fight Goku. Goku figures that he has no choice but to fight, even though he hasn't fully recovered his stamina just yet. But then Caulifla arrives, and she knocks the Universe 3 fighters to different parts of the arena. Goku thanks Caulifla for helping him out just now, and Caulifla says that her stamina is fully restored thanks to Cabba. Caulifla then transforms to Super Saiyan 2 and challenges Goku to a rematch. The narrator reveals that 23 minutes are left in the Tournament of Power, and that is how we end this episode. So Cabba got to have the spotlight in this episode of Dragon Ball Super, and by the end of the episode, Cabba was eliminated from the Tournament of Power, but he did manage to unlock Super Saiyan 2, and I thought that was a pretty cool moment. And Cabba also did have a chance to defeat another opponent during the Tournament of Power. Yes, Cabba was able to eliminate Monna from Universe 4 from the Tournament of Power. And yes, speaking of Monna, Monna was a rather arrogant jerk. Yes, Monna was rather antagonistic, and she was rather unpleasant. She was a rather arrogant jerk, and it was, Monna was going around insulting the Saiyans, and calling them weak cowards. So, yes, I would say that it was rather satisfying to see a Saiyan defeat Monna after Monna kept bad-mouthing the Saiyans. And it's also worth pointing out that so far, Monna is the only member of the Universe 4 team that was eliminated from the Tournament of Power by someone who wasn't from Universe 7. The other Universe 4 fighters that were eliminated from the tournament so far were all eliminated by fighters from Universe 7. So Monna's the first one so far. Yes, so far Monna's the only one that was eliminated from the tournament by someone who wasn't from Universe 7. So I thought that was a little by the way detail for anyone that was curious. And oh, while I'm on the topic of Cabba, yes, Frieza was the one who eliminated Cabba from the Tournament of Power. And going by how Frieza saw the conversation between Vegeta and Cabba, it's pretty safe to say that Frieza eliminated... Yes, it's safe to say that Frieza eliminated Cabba from the tournament to spite Vegeta. And with Cabba eliminated from the tournament, that means the female Saiyans and the Namekians are the only fighters from the Universe 6 team still participating in the tournament. So, yes, the fighters still left in the Tournament of Power are newcomers to the Universe 6 team. Dr. Rhoda was the only newcomer of the Universe 6 team who was part of the first half of eliminations from the Universe 6 team. So I thought that was a by-the-way detail for anyone who was curious about that. So while Cabba was the main spotlight character for this episode, Vegeta did get some moments in this episode too. And Vegeta saving Cabba could be considered both an example of honor before reason and a heartwarming moment. It could be considered a case of honor before reason because Cabba is from another team, and Vegeta saved a person from another team from being eliminated from the tournament. But it can also be considered heartwarming because Vegeta and Cabba do have a teacher and student bond, which was brought up by several characters throughout the episode. And it was also heartwarming how Vegeta says that he intends to restore Universe 6 with a wish from the Super Dragon Balls by winning the Tournament of Power. So Vegeta's intended wish does bring up the possibility that erased universes can be restored with a wish from the Super Dragon Balls. Oh, and while I'm thinking about Vegeta, yes, Vegeta was preparing to fight, Vegeta started to fight Top in this episode, and yes, I did like, I want to talk about the line where Vegeta said, "Oh, shut it, Moustache." That was a dub line. That was a dub line, a line that was added for the Funimation dub, and it's also a reference to Dragon Ball GT. For anyone who's unfamiliar with the context, in Dragon Ball GT, or at the start of Dragon Ball GT, Vegeta had a mustache. And from what I recall hearing, a lot of fans were not fond of Vegeta's mustache. So in a later episode of Dragon Ball GT, Vegeta shaved off the mustache. And during this episode, Vegeta was trying to see if anyone would notice that he shaved his mustache. And from all the characters that he tried to see would notice, Bulma was the only one that actually noticed that Vegeta shaved his mustache. And when other characters didn't get it, Vegeta eventually said... in the Funimation dub, Vegeta eventually said, "I shaved my moustache, you idiot." So yeah, he pronounced mustache, moustache, and that became really popular with some fans. In fact, a certain group of big-name fans actually ran with the moustache pronunciation. I've noticed that some fans actually don't realize that the moustache pronunciation actually came from the Funimation dub of Dragon Ball GT, but... yes, a certain group of big-name fans, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about, were the ones that kind of made the moustache pronunciation more popular, but it actually did originate from the Funimation dub of Dragon Ball GT, and I thought that was hilarious that Vegeta used the moustache pronunciation when insulting Top, or when he was mad at Top for calling him the second string of Universe 7. So yeah, that was a dub line, but I thought it was hilarious, and it still fits, I think, because Top does have a notable mustache. But in any case, yes, that's right. So like we mentioned, Caulifla, Kale, and the Namekians are the only members of the Universe 6 team that are still participating in the tournament. And Cabba did mention that Caulifla and Kale were Universe 6's best chance at survival now that Hit had been eliminated from the Tournament of Power. And at the end of the episode, Caulifla challenges Goku to a rematch. So, yes, without giving too much away for the sake of the dub-only viewers, I will say that a little hint is provided at the end of the episode. Or, yes, Caulifla challenging Goku to a rematch is a small hint that we will soon find out what exactly Cabba means when he says Caulifla and Kale are Universe 6's best chance at survival. with Hit eliminated from the tournament. So for those who are the dub-only viewers and you didn't read ahead, so you don't know what exactly Cabba means when he says Caulifla and Kale are Universe 6's best chance at survival with Hit eliminated from the Tournament of Power, you can rest assured that that answer will be made clear very soon. Caulifla challenging Goku to a rematch will lead to what exactly Cabba was talking about. So if you don't know what Cabba was talking about exactly, you will get an answer soon through Caulifla challenging Goku to a rematch. That's the clue that I will, or the hint that I will mention. So otherwise, yeah, I'd say that's about it for this particular episode. So I thought it was nice to see Cabba get his chance in the spotlight, and it was nice to see Cabba eliminate a fighter from the Tournament of Power, especially a fighter who was a rather arrogant and antagonistic jerk that was insulting the Saiyans. And it was also cool how Cabba got to unlock Super Saiyan 2. Frieza then ended up eliminating Cabba from the tournament, mostly despite Vegeta, but at least Cabba was able to have his chance in the spotlight, and Cabba unlocking Super Saiyan 2 was a pretty cool moment all the same. And otherwise, yeah, I did like how we got to see a bit of Vegeta in action. Vegeta and Top sounds like a pretty cool fight, and we got to see a little bit of it. And like I said, I did like the moustache line that was added in the Funimation dub of the episode. I like the reference to Dragon Ball GT. And yes, we see that Goku and Caulifla will be having a rematch. Yes, they're preparing for a rematch at the end of this episode. And this rematch will lead to clarity about what Cabba means when he says Caulifla and Kale are Universe 6's best chance at survival with Hit eliminated from the tournament. Otherwise, yeah, I would say that's it for this episode. So as of this video, we've now discussed the Funimation dub of episode 112 of Dragon Ball Super on this channel. Take care, and until next time.